Alright, guys. So I'm here again. Mm, Today. The only reason, really, is because shit's stirring quite a bit. Um, Seems to have something on the move throughout the day and, yeah, even in the night. And I just thought, well, when I hit the gas a little harder, I always was a fan of a gas pedal with stick and knee brake, sliding it in a bit. Anyway, sometimes you just hit the gas. 'Cause you can. Simply because you can, or simply because time's right. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Now, pretty sure we're all very well aware of the Fields Road bullshittery, the narratives, the garbage, blah, blah, blah. First, when this place could stick it in everywhere, especially once they were targeting myself, uh, family, families. Once Fred and Ziggy could use it to target Monster, etc. Once Ryan could try to use it to tragedy bit, all these things. And I've always held the receipts to show how fucking stupid all of those narratives are. Today I feel like taking them away. Ziggy and Fred played enough games at this place. These tragedy pimps have played enough mind fuckery and false narratives and fed you all kinds of shit for enough years so they could have you all falsely target, terrorize, torment all of us based on false shit, lies, put out and driven by them. So y'all be their weapon and spear points in annihilating real lives, real people, real shit, so they had content. So they could live it up while they destroyed everybody's lives around here, including ours. And they could use you all to do it. But the extreme hammering of that bullshit came into play because of Fred and Ziggy. Others, even the team that surrounds Monster and others, made it a thing when it was never a thing. Especially after other searches came down bail and were near it. Oh God, didn't they really think it? feed y'all some fucking crazy nonsense and y'all eat it. Hook, line, and sinker. Despite the goddamn fact that the fucking command post is right there. Despite the fact that there are many cameras present in and around all those roads have been for many years. Despite the fact of the big boy equipment that was parked there and took off there and all the other bullshit. Y'all ate it. Y'all ran with it. You still do. Still do. Still don't feel real well today. Oh dear. Now whatever will I do? Hold on. We'll do it this way again.
Hey everyone, my name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. It is Wednesday morning, the 24th of January, and today I'm turning my attention back to the Summer Wells case, specifically one of the Wells neighbours. No, not Jodie Sue Brown. It's Fred Hill. Fred's in jail at the moment, but when he was living on Ben Hill Road, and sidebar, he is the grandson of Ben Hill, who the road is named after. Fred's parents had properties at 165 Ben Hill Road and 207, I think it is, Ben Hill Road. Further down the hollow than the Wells. The Wells live on a hill at the kind of the beginning of the Ben Hill hollow. So Fred, over the last, I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years, I don't know the first time he spoke to Ziggy. Maybe December 2021, maybe. I'm not sure. But she's kept in contact with Fred ever since meeting him, and she's in regular contact with him now that he's in jail. Now, if you've been following along with all of the things that Fred Hill talked about, then you'll know he said a great deal of stuff that is a little bit hard to believe. Now, there's a YouTuber called Ryan Finds Truth who lives in Tennessee, and he's been doing hikes looking for evidence.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, also pretending to be, and being part of things that Slytherin Monster and that team and such, and targeting us and everything else shit they always. Weird how all you motherfuckers tie to each other, and the weird ways you advertise one another. Ryan's full of more bullshit than Fred. It's proven. Don't take a fucking rocket scientist. Now look at their own damn vids. See what kind of fucking lying piece of shit that is. So Ryan calling Fred anything is pretty fucking hilarious. But good advertising on you, and Ryan, who circles and, you know, the whole monster thing and all this shit and all of this. And good advertising, bro. Carrying on.
Of Summer Wells. So in this video, I want to talk about Ryan Finds Truth in his latest video. I'm going to play you a clip from Ryan, and we're going to discuss whether it's true that Fred Hill has been leading us all a merry dance all of this time. Let's go.
Michelle would like you to believe that she just now discovered this because Brian. Dude, when Fred first come out, she was like, this guy's full of bullshit. All on her little own. Sure did. Then she changed her tune when it suited. Fed this group and helped build other channels. Made her dog biscuits. Now she's back to what she's going to suddenly proclaim to you all do. And act like she's just now discovering. Carrying on.
To this specific cave, and Ryan has found nothing. Fred also put him onto a contact of the Simpson family, which turned out to be a dud. But then Ryan was surprised that someone, I think it must have been someone, contacted him from the Simpson family and said this.
This was the first time I've been able to directly talk to a Simpson family member who knew Roy personally. Anytime before this, I had to work through a third party. But finally, I was able to ask questions about this situation. For obvious reasons, the family wants nothing to do with YouTube or YouTubers. Roy's name has been inserted into countless conspiracy theories around someone's case, most of those driven by claims that Fred...
Which to me, I know members very close to Cotton, and I know that to be true. I also know they love Cotton very much. But there is one here amongst you who has tried to get in the Boswell case. One who has come up on here lying about me and still does. Doesn't know me from Adam's House Cat and made up shit about everybody in between because it wants to be a pick-me and inserted in Boswell's and Summers and everything else. That has no problem lying on everybody else. And that's a problem for me. Anyway, carrying on.
Road
is somewhere between Logger Falls and the trash pile at the other end of the creek. We got home from this hike.
Who lives in Tennessee, and he's been doing hikes today's Ben Hill Road, but what the Summer Wells case, specifically one of the Wells neighbours. No, not Jodie Sue Brown. It's Fred Hill. Fred's in jail at the moment, but when he was living on Ben Hill Road, and sidebar, he is the grandson of Ben Hill, who the road is named after. Fred's parents had properties at 165 Ben Hill Road and 207, I think it is, Ben Hill Road, further down the hollow than the Wells. The Wells live on a hill at the kind of the beginning of the Ben Hill hollow. So Fred, over the last, I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years, I don't know the first time he spoke to Ziggy. Maybe December 2021, maybe, I'm not sure, but she's kept in contact with Fred ever since meeting him, and she's in regular contact with him now that he's in jail. Now, if you've been following along with all of the things that Fred Hill talked about, then you'll know he said a great deal of stuff that is a little bit hard to believe. Now, there's a YouTuber called Ryan Finds Truth who lives in Tennessee, and he's been doing hikes looking for evidence of Summer Wells. So in this video, I want to talk about Ryan Finds Truth in his latest video. I'm going to play you a clip from Ryan, and we're going to discuss whether it's true that Fred Hill has been leading us all a merry dance all of this time. Let's go.
We We don't believe that to be the cave that Fred claimed Cotton fell from trying to reach, because it's too close to a waterfall that people frequent often. So we thought most likely the actual cave is somewhere between Logger Falls and the trash pile at the other end of the creek. When we got home from this hike, I started creating a shared spreadsheet to accept volunteers to search sections of each side of the trail, of each side of the creek, over the next month or so. That same day, we received surprising information from one of the most valuable sources I could hope to talk to about Mr. Roy Cotton Simpson.
That was Ryan Finds Truth, and that clip there was right at the end of his latest video. All credit to Ryan and his wife, who've been, getting off their ass, actually looking for evidence of summer wells.
In the same places everybody else has in public arenas and everything else, and really not doing any of that. It's fine. But hey, right now, being in connection with and promoting bigger channels that can bring her more subs is better than low-class Ziggy and Fred views. Subs coming from that. So, why not? Advertise. Jackass. Caliber liar that makes Fred look weak most days. And isn't hard to break down if you watch all of its own videos. Very easy to pick apart and show what Ryan fucking is too. Anyway, carried on.
It's like looking for a needle in 1,000 haystacks. They've been doing a lot of hikes in Laurel Run Park because Fred Hill, quite recently, during the time he was in jail, it's a few months ago now, he said that they'd likely find Summer Wells' remains in Laurel Run Park in a cave behind a waterfall. The person who likely took her was someone called Roy Cotton Simpson. Listen to what Fred said.
I don't think for a second that you're involved in Summer Wells' case. I think that Andy Bernard is, and I don't.
No, he's probably got something involved. Another person I believe was involved that we discussed yesterday. I discussed it with some.
Certainly had no intention of ever filming the
specific care with 1,000 haystacks. Getting off remains in Laurel Run Park in a cave behind a waterfall. The person who likely took her was someone called Roy Cotton Simpson. Listen to what Fred said.
I don't think for a second that you're involved in Summer Wells' case. I think that Andy Bernard is, and I don't.
No, he's probably got something involved. Another person I believe was involved that we discussed yesterday. I discussed it with some of the bigger foods, and
yeah,
they're supposed to be checking a certain area out.
Fields Road, or
and I think they're supposed to be checking a certain area out.
Yeah,
and they more likely found her.
Who's the other person that Marlena Crawford?
No, he's been passed away.
Oh, another person involved, you think?
Yeah.
Are you thinking
passed away.
Hill Wick or Earl Taylor?
No, it was Cotton Simpson.
So Ryan has been speaking to Fred personally, and Fred has been telling him directions to this specific cave, and Ryan has found nothing. Fred also put him onto a contact of the Simpson family, which turned out to be a dud. But then Ryan was surprised that someone, I think it must have been someone, contacted him from the Simpson family and said this.
This was the first time I've been able to directly talk to a Simpson family member who knew Roy personally. Anytime before this, I had to work through a third party, but finally I was able to ask questions about this situation. For obvious reasons, the family wants nothing to do with YouTube or YouTubers. Roy's name has been inserted into countless conspiracy theories around Summer Wells' case, most of those driven by claims that Fred has made. I'd actually say probably all of those, since the first time Roy's name came out, it was out of Fred's mouth.
So Ryan has concluded that basically Fred Hill is full of shit and he's not going to follow what Fred says anymore. And I think that's probably quite wise.
Fred told me that a person with the last name of Simpson could take me to the exact cave in Laurel Run where Roy fell. This claim was false. This Simpson didn't actually attend Roy's funeral as a direct family member, and the person I spoke with didn't know who he was. Fred told me Roy fell from a cliff leading to a cave and died. This is false. Roy fell from a cliff located nowhere in Laurel Run Park at all, and the cliff where he fell didn't have a cave. The actual cliff where Roy fell will remain non-public, because the family doesn't want countless YouTubers out there making videos about a location something terrible happened that shouldn't be entertainment. We certainly have no intention of ever filming the location because it has nothing to do with Summerwell's disappearance. This is what we do know about Mr. Roy Cotton Simpson. He was a kind and loving father and grandfather. His family cared for him deeply and struggled in recent years to deal with his declining physical instability as well as mental confusion and dementia. He did, in fact, visit the cemetery, but as Jen said, she felt in this video, he visited the cemetery to visit with his recently deceased mother, who he loved very much. On the day he passed, he made the unfortunate decision to go hiking, which he always loved to do, but in his physical and mental condition, he ended up falling during the hike, and the fall proved fatal. Again, we want to express our deepest condolences to the family for their loss last year and on Valentine's Day nonetheless. So where does that leave us? Do we continue searching for the cave that Fred claimed Roy fell from in Laurel Run? A cave that may or may not exist in a location that we now know was not where Roy Simpson had his accident. And why exactly was it so important to Fred Hill that I find a cave in Laurel Run? Is it because he knows there's probably a cave in that location and that it will be empty? One clue comes from a text Fred sent me the day that he tried to get me to meet with this Simpson person to take me to the Laurel Run cave. He wrote the words, "Clear our name." Why would he think that finding an empty cave would clear his name? Is he hoping that I'll show everyone that the alleged cave is empty and that when and if it ever comes out, that law enforcement actually found evidence somewhere that the public will think he's being framed? If so, then Fred is far more clever than I think any of us have ever given him credit for. Fred, from the confines of prison, has been crafting a story on YouTube for public consumption without ever having to create a single video himself. For our part, I have already spent an entire year in Laurel Run chasing Fred Hill's ghosts. We'll no longer let Fred's input or his stories direct where we decide to hike or look around, because everything that comes out of his mouth, I believe, at this point, is misdirection and manipulation for public consumption.
Fred, over the many months that Ziggy has been talking to him, has said a bunch of random stuff that absolutely, positively is not true. You know, the first time he and Ziggy met, he directed Ziggy to some bones, like with the impression that they were human bones in the driveway of his neighbour. They were deer bones. He also said that he knew Rose Bly.
You said that you knew Rose Bly?
No, I didn't know or no. I didn't know when they moved in here and stuff, that when they set the prostitution ring and stuff up over here, that she was involved in it and stuff.
Well, so Rose actually lived there for a while, you think?
Yeah, when they first come down.
Rose Bly, of course, is Candace's little sister, who went missing at the age of 21, 1,000 miles away in Wisconsin. She never lived in Tennessee. She never met Don. She was a married woman with 2 little children. She was not a prostitute that lived at the wells. That's nonsense. But a lot of what he said, you think, is that true? He claimed that his friend Chad Arnold saw Candace on Fred's driveway when Fred wasn't there. So 15th of June 2021, the day Summer disappeared, Fred wasn't there. He was there for most of the day, but then around 3:30, he left to tow some car parts or something to the scrappy. But his friend Chad Arnold was there, and Chad said he saw Candace like walking on Fred's driveway. So that's believable. He also said that Andy Bernard, so Jody Sue's then partner, was on Ben Hill Road around 3:30. So that would have been around the time that Candace, Summer and Grandma got home. Then maybe they'd have been home maybe 10 minutes by then. But Fred said he saw Andy's car as he was leaving to go to the scrapyard, and he said that a whole bunch of times. He's doubled down on it. And I've said maybe he's mistaken, that it's a genuine belief, because he's doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. Maybe it's a genuine belief, but it was another day. Andy Bernard has spoken out a little bit, not a lot. He has his own channel, but he doesn't go live very often. And that's the real Andy B. But a few days ago, he was on Cher's channel, Voices Behind the Wall, and she asked him about the sighting of him at 3:30.
So that's not possible, you're saying?
That is no way possible that I was there on the 15th. On the 14th, yes.
Okay. At like 3:30
on the 14th, maybe at 3:30 on the 14th, maybe at 3:30 on the 16th, but not. I'm saying he'll know at the 3:30 on the 15th. No,
Okay, yeah.
there's no
And
way.
you have an
I was at
alibi,
work.
right?
I was at work. They had camera. They talked to my boss.
Okay.
TBI was at my work and talked to my boss.
Andy couldn't possibly have been on Ben Hill Road at 3:30 on June 15th, 2021. So is Fred genuinely mistaken? Yeah, possibly. Or is he just making up a whole bunch of stuff to lead people on wild goose chases, as Ryan now believes? You decide. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Now, as you can see, it starts in setting on Monster, plays that clip, puts a pebble in the pond. At the end, the same shit sort of happens. They're after something, probably receipts for me, wondering what I know. I told y'all when Fred recently changed his story to no, he didn't actually see monsters, he was showing pictures, right? They want to know about all that. Nah, I'm a pass. I'm a pass. Now, Monster, I mean, it is had to be shown our messages that I released, so the public would have an idea of the timeline and truth and fact, whatever that they've taken and twisted all kinds of fucking ways at this point. But he had to be shown those before he could. Like, wait, I was dropping the soul. Wait, I was, and it was almost close to having to get his shit together right from that first live he ever did. Because he was all ass wrong and lying on it, sure, but even after eons been back there with his tragedy pimp buddies and leash holders and shit. Anyway, they help him craft, he crafts. He has to be shown shit for me or told shit, and then he knows stuff, so whatever. I don't care. The point is that, there's drops here. A whole great deal of them. All surrounding Monster. Ziggy's trying to play Monster for food right now as well. Scott H is following him instead of Jenny and them. It's all got a flavor. Now, this idiot on the 14th most likely would not have been seen either at 3:30. Here's why. On the 14th, Dobbs got into town at a certain time. I know what time that was. Because of, well, I guess you trust Dobbs' mouth, which I don't, because I've seen him come here in line. Be a bullshitter. Either way, and because I've seen him lying, be a bullshitter right in front of police officers on the 14th, and many other reasons. Dude's a whole level fucked up on his own, separate everything anyway. Neither here nor there. But, the thing is, Dobbs said he got into town at a certain time to me. I've mentioned that time before. I won't again, just because it makes these fucking tragedy pimps and shit actually have to work for something. If they want to go dig it up. Go torture yourselves listening to a 12-hour live somewhere. I don't give a shit. Not my job. Do your research, pieces of lazy shit. So anyway, the thing is, Dobbs got in at a certain time. Then, contact was made with him with neighbors, other family members at exact times. Looks like Don Wells also came into contact with him at a certain time. A UPS package arrived for Little at a certain time frame during the day. It was there. Day early, wildly enough. been one of my things. Those who pay attention know why. If you don't know why, oh well, go search in a 12-hour life somewhere. It's there. I'm not making it easy for them anymore. So anyway, which also goes back into the holy shit. Maybe Little was a target too, type thing, because it shouldn't have arrived till 15. Anyway, it's fine. I'm not making it easy for them. All right, carrying on. Monster that day. On the 14th. It came home early. He wanted to cuddle, etc. We napped. I didn't feel good, obviously. Treatment, things like that. New dose radiation report, all these things, right? I didn't feel worth fuck. He brought food in, etc. Took him way longer than it should have to get there because, well, and I was like, bitch, like most things, it's taken way too long from point A to point B. Hint wink, I know you're talking to, cheating, doing blah blah blah, etc. Knock it the fuck off already, ain't a dumb bitch. Alright? So I did, and receipts mention that. Plus I had to make the cursory stops to hide hidden cell phones and all the other bullshit. Parents and whatever, Same shit, different day. Nothing new there. And then he eventually made his way on in. We cuddled, took a nap, blah, blah, etc. And then fairly late in the evening, well after the tree cutters had went out, which they did cut a little early, as had been their trend for a day or two, they had moved spots the day prior to summer vanishing as well into a new location. Anyway, I've mentioned those exact times, but I guess if you want them, you can go fucking dig. Like I said, go listen to a 12, 24, 36-hour live. You lazy freaks. You want to put it together? Truly? There's how you fucking do it. I ain't making it easy for you anymore. Alright. So, anyway, what then happens is at a certain time in the evening, Monster and I start to head out. We find Dobbs there. Our interactions with him are for a little bit. And then Monster heads out to family members up the hollow. That's when we find out he's already been in contact with and told he's in the wrong fucking spot and shit, and he did whatever, and whatnot. Okay, Dobbs was not there on the property but a few hours before he was noticed to be there. Then by the time police are contacted by Monster's family and others, the dusk setting was pretty well in full effect inside of the hollow. And I can remember the lighting and the way it looked, and I can, like most memories of mine, it's rolls just like you're watching a fucking DVD. So Anyway, there's all that. If Monster had a sale or two, for get her past the anger and all the other shit, to realize what times this puts everything. I don't care. And I know what has essentially happened around Fred, what he's been shown. I know why it's laughable. Fred's doing Fred, maybe some tool usage in there. I don't care what it is. It's all fucking stupid. I know that it fingers Fred more than anyone else. Probably shows to Ellie and otherwise that he's a hot fucking liar. I mean, but also Fred is crazy like a goddamn fox. And everything we've all said all along. Either way, thing here is this. After all that, right? Not only is all that shit, I mean, damn, it don't take a super genius or rocket scientist to break Fred down the same way you could easily do Ryan. Ziggy over in the past day or two going, I trust him, he's my friend, and if I ever knew for a fact he'd lied to me, then I would never have anything to do with him. Bitch, all you gotta do is go back to your own videos and recordings. Everybody else can do it. Come on. Anyway, Ziggy's fucking with y'all. So's Fred. She's gonna continue to sell that shit as long as Fred sells. Okay? Right now, trying to latch on Monster. They're gonna, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, shit's funky around here, okay? Make note of the community page and how that fuckery and Ziggy shit and a certain other squirrel and all those went down today. It's pretty funny. I had a good laugh about it. Anyway, and should show Monster, at least fuck he's dealing with. Not that he cares. But I don't know. It's all what it is. But anyway, you see Fred and Ziggy really push in the whole Fields Road bullshit, right? The narrative, the garbage, oh, but Monster and family owned, and what if they blah 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 at this property and all this shit, right? Ziggy and Fred are truly responsible for how hard that inset, right? Thing is, and the reason I mentioned dogs in this is because of these receipts right here. This is Monster and I talking about how the tree cutters had moved locations. And I was like, holy shit, they're murdering the spot they're in. Holy shit, what's happening? Yeah, okay, and then, it goes on about the food, McDonald's up here on the hill, and then about another, radio oncology appointment I have. Uh, and then asking him if he called the vets. Cause, they scream and yell at me, even like, for how many years now, going, why didn't you call him first? Why didn't you tell him something was missing? Blah, 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 blah. They don't seem to understand. No fucking internet, no signal, and I had no cell or phone service. And I'm not gonna stop looking for a neighbor when I know he's coming in there anyway, you know what I mean? Who the fuck would do that? Just let me slow down and make somebody aware it's already on their way in here. We'll be aware very soon. Y'all are fucking morons. So anyway, here's me asking him to call the vet, because guess what? I don't have cell or home phone service to do that anyway, so he had to take care of that. Alright, so, and then that was at like 10ish. And then at almost noon, Monster's still not there because he's fucking up with Stall on the phones. I'm like, holy shit, it's been all this time you're still in here. Like, really? See, I wasn't a stupid bitch then, just like, I wasn't a stupid bitch. Then the 15th begins. He's like, love you, you okay, heard anything? I was like, just tree grinding company. I asked him, did you call your dad about the other? Did you call your dad about the other? He goes, not yet. I was like, well, make sure he knows we still have stuff up there, that we need, and that our eldest wants to hunt there. So he can mention it to the asshole. The asshole I was referring to was another person that we found out the night prior when we were checking all the hollows that were close to make sure dogs wasn't being creepy and weird and camped right in them and shits. When we checked fields, we found out somebody had illegally gated some shit that kept all access to the field's property. It was like, what the fuck? But then here was Dobbs on the 14th, so then there's two fucking property situations to take care of, right? That's a little much tonight. But we discovered that. That's what I was asking Monster about. Which shows, had not been there in a bit, to know that that had been placed there illegally. Yep. And there's no other access to that property unless you wanted to start a shit fest that could get people killed. So, anyway, that's what I was asking. Did you tell your dad basically what we discovered last night? And ask him to mention it to that asshole. Alright? Now, thing is, and feds will know it, law enforcement knows it. Others, neighbors, cameras, they all know it, all these other things, but the command post and the cameras they had set up watching all the pretty fake equipment, making sure nobody's tampering with it or fucking with it at night. Plus church cameras and shit will bear this out and they hold the data and shit for it. None of us were up in that motherfucker. None of us touched shit anywhere near it. And when they started really doing the call outs for everybody in Beach Creek at the news conferences to check all properties and to do this and that, when we discovered they had not, because they're like, well, fuck, it's at a restaurant, why wouldn't they check it, you know? But went down there and discovered that it didn't look like it'd been checked. We're like, what the fuck? So we run into other neighbors. Those neighbors were like, what the fuck? And we all went to the feds and the command post. And they were like, hey, can we pull down this gate blocking the way? LE said, fucking basically go for it because it was legal. But we're like, no, we're not going to do that. So, what we did was we went through a way that could have absolutely been seen and shown. It had anybody at that time during hay season went across it, it would have shown somebody had. Even for weeks leading up to summer vanishing, there was not a print one, not any of the hay laid down, no people, no car tracks, no jack shit in it. We checked as we were told to by law enforcement. I've told the story before. If you want it, go back on a 12-hour live somewhere. I ain't giving y'all shit the easy way no more. Anyway, so as you can see by these receipts, access to that property was blocked to us. Unless we want to go another way and start shit, which there's evidence nobody did. Well before summer vanished and well after, until they started calling for all properties to be searched. So there you goddamn receipts, Fred, Ziggy, Dear World. Even we didn't have access to the goddamn Fields property, you fucking dipshits. So no, Jody, Sue, and Andy and everybody else didn't hide Summer anywhere. Nothing was done. There's proof on camera and by feds and law enforcement and big boy equipment and hayfields themselves and gates and neighbors that, nope, wrong answer. Fred, Ziggy, Dear World, you dumbasses who eat and breathe and feed fucking tragedy pit narratives like hungry baby birds and then use them to torment all of us with because you buy their bullshit and lies. There you goddamn receipts. Alright? Now, here's the thing, right? Because they'll always say fields. It's the road y'all are fed, right? But it's actually Bale they were coming to. That last search. Or two. Now, I don't know what they found compiled with all the big boy heckin' equipment to make them come back to areas of interest that way. I have a few thoughts. I don't know what kind of question that is about my age, nor do I care. I'm actually 9,003 years old, or I'm 2. It just depends on which way you want to go. It's a help question today. I hope it helps you solve something around Summer's case to figure it out. Okay, so anyway, carrying on. So, here's the deal. You know, the thing is, on the 15th, I heard Fred's truck. Heard it leave. Here's the thing about that, though, right? Who's to know who was driving Fred's truck when it left? I don't. I hope cameras made that they captured his face driving, but here's the thing, though. Fred's truck stopped at a certain point and then restarted at a certain point and then left that road. I'm certain of that. it stopped after a certain point. I'm certain of that. Why, I can't say. Initially, I thought, well, it's just its usual piece of shit self. Tearing up, breaking down, I don't know. Maybe he's over there hanging out with Afghanistan again or something. Or who the fuck knows what Fred's doing? Fred's Fred. Oh well. This shit's always tearing up. That time the yellow truck's having issues too. It's a consistent thing. It's whatever. Had trouble starting, stopping, and doing all the things. Even well after summer vanished, when they were out here in town and shit, and it's fun. But anyway, so I didn't think much about it that day. I have thought about it a lot since. But because of things at the beginning, and how Fred felt, and that he was being set up, targeted, fucked with, couldn't blame him on that front. And I thought, well, mud and jello from just these assholes. But they were the only ones really head and nose and shit 24 hours a day. Some of the things, looking back, don't quite vibe to me. And it could still be that situation because, well, when you have a team formulated around people and it looks like they're all targeting or fucking with witnesses and others and trying to make people look entirely sus as fuck while cleansing the asses of others, well, it's got a feel to it. Doesn't it? It really does for me. So I can't blame Fred. Also, if he's just doing all this he's doing because he's Fred, Fred speaks Fred speak, because he's afraid too. I don't know. That'll be up to law enforcement and feds to figure out. And well, it's Fred, so I don't know. Either way, I just know all kinds of things from all parties around everything are a whole goddamn lie. And it's always trying to figure out why. What's what, this, the other. I can pick out truths, I can listen to their tones, I can hear when most of them are lying, when they're bullshit doing things, it just depends. But, most of them I know well enough to where I can read their body language. And hear their tones and, all this other shit. Because guess what, lived there. Well, most of them, like Fred, my entire life, throughout all the stages of his, before certain shit kicked in, all these other things, Fred's Fred. Never underestimate Fred. Either way, thing is, I can't say who's driving Fred's truck. It doesn't mean that Fred possibly wasn't left behind back there. Doesn't mean Fred didn't get out of the truck at some point either. Somebody else took the truck out. What I do know to be fact is that Fred came back in that road and, well, after the helicopter was up, had a trailer behind him, what it was pulling, and then he kept his head straight, wouldn't speak to anybody, but he's the reason the traffic got brought up where some people could leave the road that had been trapped in there for hours. That had been part of the initial search efforts with I and other neighbors for summer. And so, but that doesn't mean he was the one driving that truck when it left out of there. Doesn't mean that he didn't get out of it at some point and somebody else take it on out of there. And him had different ways. Doesn't mean, and I go through these puzzles every day. Fire puzzles. You think, well, it's weird certain shit follows all the dope trails. Could people have gotten out of things or done things and met out towards the main road and gotten into vehicles again and or met later and come back in driving those things? I mean, I don't know. I just know that that's up to law enforcement feds to figure out. That's what I know. I'm sick of the bullshit. Today, I feel like eating Ziggy's favorite food with receipts. Some of the thoughts in certain facts puzzles. Now you watched a comment come on saying they were calling your police department to report you saying people's lives are in danger. Okay. Sure. Whatever, bro. Yeah, Helen, you make that make sense. Fred said he was key to everything. He'd worn wires on everybody, all these conversations, try to make everybody else look all kinds of ways. Ziggy did too. Now, what law enforcement's then going to go right behind that? Have what is apparently their star person wearing wires on everybody do all that shit and then go set that motherfucker up cold with hard cells and wires. And then try to place that what in front of a jury, a judge to back up those wires? Come on. No, bro. I don't really give a shit either. Now, as far as him and Dawn, whatever, I hope shit was gotten from whoever it needed to be gotten from. I hope the whole goddamn neighborhood was wired. I don't really give a shit. I hope there are answers somewhere on somewhere for someone in her case. But I know nothing from Little or Monster in that shit. Ain't no good anything. Usually when Fred was coming up seeking information or trying to fuck with us or trying to misdirect shit at that point, him and Dawn would conveniently somehow magically know each other with her, and there'd be a meeting and we would move the fuck away from them so they could do whatever the fuck it was they were doing since the very night someone vanished. Anybody got time for it? And then we carried on about our business and we were well aware what Fred was doing. And he was trying to gather and be nosy and all that. Yeah. And weirdly enough, trying to misdirect and do weird shit and fuck with shit. And you think at first it's just Fred speaks, just Twacker, it's just a singer. But looking back, it's like hell, him and C&D and arrested doing the same thing to one another. Why? You know? Why trying to distance between one another? Why behavior patterns change between them? Why was there an extreme mention of that to make others believe that they've been separated as super close frenzies for, I don't know, convenient 6 months? I don't know, man. It all has flavor on it to me. Let's say it the way. You know? But it's all part of the puzzles and fires. She didn't fall for it, Barbie. You're acting like Ziggy's a dumbass. She's not. It's her mask. She's not a dumbass in the least. She knows what she's doing and she knows what her pro put out. And it's all, I mean, y'all buy this dumb bullshit that Ziggy's really dumb. She's not dumb. Not in the least. Not in the fucking least. It's her mask. It's her sales presentation. It's what she presents to you as the public to eat feed by her often whoopsies her. She gets caught in a lie or anything else. It's, oh gosh, we forgive Ziggy because she's naive and she doesn't know and she trusts these big bad criminals. And man, they mislead her and they trick her and they do these big bad things to poor little Ziggy. That ain't it, bro. It's big bad Ziggy taking advantage of you all and those around these cases. Ziggy ain't stupid. Far from it. Anyway, so, whatever. They all have a mask. She is benefiting off of all them, Barbie. She is. She's not naive if she thinks she is, and she has been like the rest of this group. She is. And she's benefiting off the destruction of everything around Summer. All of us, our names, the destruction of us, our lives. She sure the fuck is. Mm, all possibilities, right? Yeah, Barbie, she only got the dog for one reason. To manipulate the shit out of you all. Did you know what psychology says about puppies and dogs? And honest, since there's been enough shit out here and tech land for long enough. Did y'all know that the usage, much like Michelle Walks does, of puppies and dogs is a good way to keep people coming back and to emotionally get you attached to them and their channels and shit to keep you watching? Were you aware of that? Cats don't work the same way, by the way, but dogs do. People get invested and care for them this year. It's a thing, but also it's a Wells dog, and it is my grandpuppy. But yeah, she got a dog. A reason to cash up off of. She sure did. Anyway, it is what it is. See y'all stuffed animals and shirts and whatever with its image on it. Because it was near summer. So anyway, I just thought I'd come here. There are receipts to show y'all why you've been misled about fields, lied to for years, to where you all helped push the shit you all were fed. That ends up making all of us look sus or this and the other things that we hold receipts and proof that aren't even possibilities. Tired of watching you all be misled. I'm tired of being targeted with stupid shit. Tired of watching others be targeted with stupid shit. Tired of it. I'm tired of them doing that. Making cash on all of our destruction. Targeting of us. Sick of it. Now, people are all, especially today, Lord knows, set off hornets nest. I was like, why in the hell is she fucking monster, and then on the other hand, defending where necessary. It's because right's right, wrong's wrong. That's fucking why. Now, in my pursuit of all things fact, answers, etc., and interwoven things, and shit that may hold in secondary satellite things, and as I hunt shit, if I find any reason to believe that there's possibility there, I will say it outright. And I will turn it the fuck over, and I will do whatever is necessary. But until that, or if that ever comes, or anything like that, no, man, not gonna push shit, or try to make people look like things they're not. They are the monsters they are. They've done the things I've said they've done, and then some, that are still not publicly known. They've abused and still abuse the absolute shit out of us. And always, at least where I'm concerned. Like always, where I'm concerned. Now, I know it and this place firmly believe that every receipt I put out to unmask, or on the DV, or about anything to do with us, has to actually do with it. Wrong answer. There just happens to be things in some of those unmasking receipts of a domestic violence monster that were pieces in our lives that fall into place for other things that I'm hunting. Sometimes I hope its eyes pay attention and can pick those out for itself. Maybe think, help find the keys. Something it may know that may help lead to the truth and answers. Even though I know it doesn't give a flying shit more about something. But I don't think so. It doesn't think that far outside of itself. It's too run, too much gas on fire, too much tragedy pimp, too wound up in this group, too deep in now. It won't see the difference in between. Which is a goddamn pity, really. I can only, like the rest, think of itself, its reputation, its mask in front of the world. Didn't give a shit though when it was our community for decades as it abused me openly in the public and in front of every goddamn body and bragged about it. Didn't give a shit when I was speaking on social media for all that time on all my accounts either about it. Didn't think a word of it. But then once it went worldwide, oh, then that was a problem. It just never assumed I'd have a voice, or that I'd speak out, or that all these things, what it had done, enacted, favors, threatened to be used against me, it seemed to come to fruition, and some are vanishing and keep me silent. It did not, and it will not. If it would get the entire fuck out of my way, and stop worrying about its own goddamn mask, lay the fucking tragedy pimp crew and leash handlers down, I could do what I do. And when it knows I can do it a hell of a lot better and a hell of a lot quicker without its fucking interference. Be great. Be great. Because believe it or not all things are about that asshole, even if it thinks it is. So sick of giving grace, mercy, doing things, protecting those have not a damn conscience. Know them, do not know or understand the meaning of any of those words. For the human beings around them never have. Have been beyond brutal to me in my childhood. So sick of it. Mercy is as mercy does, man. And I keep having it for people who have none. It's a problem. Hold him up. Anyway, in the meantime, what I'm going to continue to do is gather what I've been gathering, do what I need to do over the course of the next few days to make sure and ensure what I need is all there, taking care of certain things, to do with it, to keep others safe, including dumbass and these assholes. I need you to erase that comment advertisement for others. Anyway, hey Jeb, don't see you over here very often. How's life? You still hanging out with the old crew, new crew? Matters not, I suppose. Currently. Anyway, so I just felt like hitting the gas today, since things are jiggling about around here. And thought I'd take a second to eat Ziggy's favorite food, and person to mind fuck y'all with and to help target all of us in the community with. Um, everybody around Summer with and all that shit and make her money with. While her chat and subs pay for the phone and commissary and all that shit, and she profits. Either way, also trying to confirm things still, but it does look like there's a good possibility that certain shows have been taking place right in front of you. That's a true story, Jeb. That is a true story. I'm just anyway. I just felt like letting out some receipts. So maybe it helps some of y'all understand how stupid and pointed and very specifically targeted the Fields Road rumors, not rumors, but manufactured, created bullshit by these creators, viewers, and fed to you, have been used to target all of us wrongly and make us look sus of certain shit and make you all believe certain things and allow them to have narratives to run on and content and tag shit and make Fields Road a big thing and all that shit, and y'all could fit it into your theories and y'all could do all these things, and the Fred, there's a grave here and there's a that there, despite big boy equipment and dogs and everything else, and this big boy equipment, man, it could ground penetrating radar. This shit is the type of shit they use in the Middle East to see people inside of caves. We were told that it could see well below ground. It can see even so much as mole digging. Okay. Alright. So, they came back for reasons. But we knew everybody around here acted like it was a surprise, right? It wasn't a surprise. We knew before they ever quote left or scaled back the first time that they would be back at certain points. Takes time to compile shit, but also to get new shit once leaves have fallen. This year was no surprise. This place is like, oh, they're back. I wonder what they found, and they still do that shit to you all, man. And I hope they did find something. I hope there was something compiled at some point that led them somewhere. The way in which they went. The way in which the dogs went. Even weeks after some were vanished. Certain things gives me some hope. But also wants to destroy it, because if there's something there somewhere, means something was done somewhere throughout that path, and it may give less chance of her being okay-ish. Maybe it simply means that somehow she was taken out the back way, met up with somehow the front way, despite all the things you think would capture that. I don't know. One of the bigger ones, Billy. They're one of the baby Build-A-Bears. Oh. Did Yankee Hips visit a zigzag? Oh my god, no. Not the one who literally threatened me just a week or two ago, while kissing AB's ass. Surely not. Not Janky Hips, who's threatened to essay me violently, among others. Not the cheerleader of the scamathon around summer. Not that one. Not the one who the other day literally came out and was like, well, witness intimidation, bitch, and did all that towards me. That janky bitch. Oh, my god. No. Targeting me, using me for content. No, not her, Ziggs, or any of this. Ziggy told her to do it. Okay. They were laughing, saying they were calling the police. Oh my god. Oh, whatever will I do? No. Oh my god. Fucking shaking. And let me guess, they're waiting on the scanner to hear the address and be like, and then have a stalker come by. If they hear cops out here or they see one. Is that why they're running hot and heavy by here today? The little stalkers and watchers seeing when, or if a police car shows up. That way they can film it, send it back, have some content, do whatever that. Oh no, they'd never use police forces or anything like that around here, would they? I don't give a shit what they think or say or what they think they know. And they are aware that I've said this since, though, I don't know, the fucking beginning about what they're doing inside this community and that we know people will get hurt and all that. Where were they at then throughout all this? Were they taking it seriously or were they trying to discredit it and make it look like the mayor was history on it? Now what, they all give a shit suddenly, including Smiley Day and all them? Is that it? Now, suddenly. You know why? Because they think it's going to make them some content. It's also shit they're trying to push into play. And probably to end up trying to get people who least deserve it in trouble for no more than wanting them to fucking stop and leave their lives and fucking community and shit alone. Who wouldn't be placed in these positions to feel that way if it weren't for these motherfuckers like Ziggy and Hip Locked and the rest anyway. Now would they? That's what I'm saying. These tragedy pimps will set into shit. Stuff that can't be undone. Shit that affects real people, their lives, in terrible and horrendous ways. Especially if they do. Yeah, it's just get fed up with them inserted in all of their lives. In that community. Oh shit, how she despises me. Yeah, some terrible shit. Anyway, the point is, they don't care what they do, what it causes, whose lives it affects. and who wouldn't be in certain positions had it not been for them inserting in and around everything within hours of summer vanishing. And how destructive of a force they've been inside of this entire community. They don't care whose lives it costs at any level. Not jail cells and upwards, not loss of jobs, not ruined reputations, not health problems, not I mean, look, they've run the gamut. Hell, they've tried to get some of us, including myself, murdered on purpose. And they're still doing it. Now, I'd say they've done it out in the open, too. You tell me a panel or creator winner in here that went, oh shit, including all like 90 that were involved in that. Or the false calls or all the bullshit they pulled before here. Tell me where you seen any of those creators put a fucking stop to that immediately and turned them all in for doing that. I still have yet to see it. You seen Tiffany Marie, BK, Scott H, Lips, Ruo, Jenny, Adrian turn each other in for all that shit? You seen them call the police and be like, look, dude, these motherfuckers were clearly, and there's evidence of Jenny and Adrian do it, and that they knew that's what it would try to do, and then Penny playing a role in it, and then Ziggy most recently did it with the solo and the shit, and it brought real people at your door and had effects on Fred in jail too. Did you see them calling in and go, holy shit, they're trying to get this woman murdered? Seen him pick up the phone? You see him up with other creators going, holy shit, what we're seeing right now is her targeting her to get her murdered? Yeah, I bet you didn't see any of that. You think there are stalkers around Ziggy waiting on police cars to show up because somebody's called for that or in front of Jenny 8? Nope, alright. See him turning in the crimes they knew they were all planning and plotting in the background towards Iron Little. See him turning each other in for that. See him airing those calls out in the open for entertainment content. Nope, you did not. Did you see anybody report what Lip Lock did the other day, threatening me for the 4 billionth time? See him turning her in and calling police when she threatened to sexually assault me violently, or the other people she's threatened to violently sexually assault with objects repeatedly? No, you didn't. I mean, I'm asking for friends here. Have you seen them turning the real crimes you've watched them do? Even downright attempting to get I and others murdered online, right in front of the whole wide world, and admitting it. Seen one turn in, openly uses his content, call the police on for it, for threatening to sexually assault people, or like Hip Lock today. A couple weeks ago when she was like, ha, witness intimidation, bitch, what are you gonna do, that type of shit. Anybody call the police on her for that? Because, I mean, Pruitt did say not a suspect, so definitely bitches intimidating witnesses. Just like they've always tried to do, from squall on them, blackmail, threats, tampering with the kids, and all ways possible, and it falls blackmail letter and other things to a fucking T. You think courts and police here are unaware of it? Nope. False calls into him by this point. The mini, the garbage truck to us by these people. They're not unaware. So anyway, I'm though going to enjoy the rest of my fucking. Who said what to me, Jeff? Oh dear God, it's the cats. Dear cat, connected with Jenny and Adrian. Go find your litter box and dig in it. Bitch, if you don't know enough to know what I and the children witnessed, I witnessed, I ain't got shit to say to you. Take your Jenny and Adrian propped up stupid AI cat ass back to your fucking litter box and stop advertising my channel. I'm not even fucking around with you. You continue your bullshit over there on your fucking baby shit channel, and I'm gonna take it from you. Go build on your own fake cat bullshit. Somebody else's fucking shit. Quit being the basic bitch shit. Like I told Squirrel in the Tree, or who the fuck I was earlier. Go build on your own shit. Quit hiding behind a goddamn cat face, chicken shit. You are nothing more than a targeting channel that's gonna build up on the targeting bot. Children, others, drama, bullshit. Swear you care about something, you obviously don't. You obviously can't come out from hiding, much like, I don't know, the Donos and, the Days and the rest. Yeah, Jeb. It's like, I don't know, a year plus ago. I don't know, I got exact dates, went over it, I have downloads of it, whatnot. But yeah, straight up, threatened to essay me with certain objects. And she had done this to another person before, threatened them if they didn't shut their mouths. She would get strap on out and this the other on them, and blah blah. And it was a male, as I recall. She did that too around here. And I believe at some point she may have done the same thing to Tiffany Marie, maybe possibly. Either way, she has a habit of threatening people with SA. And it's always with penetration of objects. The woman has a habit. But yes, it was done, and then she tried to excuse it, saying it was an old saying in the Ozarks about up your ass, wire brush. No, you should have seen the crazy in his eyes when I does it. It's very well known for making threats to sexually assault people. And it's very proud of the witness intimidation it's done to get out of its own charges, also this shit supposedly allegedly. And just a couple weeks ago, it was screaming at me about basically hint wink at the it was witness intimidation is I guess what it was doing on me as well. So there's that. Something, her story goes she was charged with felonies for drug possession, all these other things. Then she intimidated the witnesses. Then she got charged with that, but then she got out all that shit because she intimidated him even more, blah blah. But then a couple weeks ago, she turned that around. She was kissing AB's ass and sucking up, though he's hated her and despised her for a long time. Suddenly brought her in as she began talking about me, and obviously we all know that Jenny, Adrian, and the rest of the crew, Penny, etc., are under AB and chasing skirt for the most part. So it was no surprise. Then Lip Lock was taken in and adopted, and then that shit began. Yeah, it's a thing. So, yeah, same shit. Then again, this is a Fruit Loop who tried to do this whole Mormon FTLS, getting fame on it shit first before Summer's case. Said she'd been shunned, all these other things. She couldn't quite take hold there. All this other stuff. And then swears she's danced cheek to cheek with presidents and all this other shit. Well, that ain't right, okay? It is. Ain't none of them right. They're all fucking criminals and cons and silver tongues and master manipulators. Well, I wouldn't say master, but they're manipulators. They are criminals, junkies, trash. It's wild. Bro. So anyway, I guess I'll go do more than I thought this evening, at least make sure that shit's downloaded. I don't think I'll watch though. I really just want to rest, hang out, do my thing. So, because like I said, I'm still not feeling over. But because of shit shaking here, which, now that y'all have mentioned, that does explain a few of the pickups right now around here, and what they're watching for, which is probably cops pulling the driveway or something come across the scanner, and I go, well, go for it, my dudes. However, I will tell you, because of the weather here right now, police departments, electric companies, and the fire and emergency departments are extraordinarily busy. I can tell you that because fire departments and police and all this shit have been going by here constantly today. It's unusual. There are a great deal many wrecks because of how foggy and the weather and the ice and not being able to see it's leftover and the flooding and the shit that's occurring right now and trees coming down and people unable to see ahead of them. So y'all remember tonight when Ziggy and Liplock and whoever's doing all this fuckery and trying to get cops here and all this other shit. You remember that they're taking police time off of and away from real emergency situations that could cost somebody their life. They're taking an officer off the real road where they can be used to create safety for those in danger tonight as they travel with their families for simple errands or back and forth to work and shit. A cop may not be there when needed. And those people, there could be people that lose their lives because of Ziggy and Hiplock. And any of you locals who want to call them out of bullshit, if they call me a liar about the weather here and how heavily law enforcement and emergency services are being used and how much shit is going on today, well, yeah, ain't no lie here. So, Barbie, please erase that out of my chat. Do not mention one more creator. Not one. Aw, Tia, bless. I should stay inside. Oh, God. Oh, wait. What are you, 3? Looks like you better stay behind an icon hiding your real face and voice changer and a stupid ass AI cat bitch. You wanna come back in under your real name, say the same shit, we'll have a talk. You better stay inside of your little icon and your fake cat teeth. I'd hate it if you were outed. At least I come out here under my real name, my real face. And I was raised by better, to be better than a drama whore. A middle-aged one sad enough to be hiding behind a goddamn AI cat's face and a fake-ass name. I was raised to read books, not drama mags, and to come on creating chaos and hurting people already harmed, already in traumatic situations, volatile ones, already going through enough in life. It's taught not to do that, actually. I don't know who raised you, but they weren't right, and you damn sure ain't right. Whoever you are, and I'm told who you aren't a good human. You aren't even a good fucking AI cat. And you want to make fun of my voice, bitch? Most people can't understand your stupid shit and your voice changer. She'll make it clear. But I'm glad you're making us all look bad as female population with your drama whore bullshit. Hope you sleep well at night. I don't care. Are you good now? Y'all go partake of the cat. It can't build on its own real name or real face or anything. It has to be a hate channel and a targeting one. Centered around the group of Jenny and Adrian. Oh my god. And once again, Jody Sue, Jody Sue, Jody Sue, while it screams, "Where's Summer?" It's all snowy bullshit and your cat litter to you. That's where the truth facts are. It's where they're convoluted at. It's where they're mixed up at. You and your group. Fuck you and what you all do around Summer's case and everybody in this community. Alright, guys. I'm out of here. Tia and the rest can just do whatever they do. Hey, I'll go check out the AI cat that terrorizes me. It'll be just like the other 9 billion goddamn channels that have done so in all the years. My, how magical and creative. No, dear, you just gotta hear it. See it yourselves. It ain't been done before. All the things haven't been said before about Jody Sue. Oh, hell. It's another one. How unique. Give me a fucking break. Give me a fucking break, dude. What a sad ass life to live. Man, I may be boxed, but no, man. No, I don't hide. Anyway. Alright, you guys, I'm out. The fields receipts I showed earlier, they matter. Now that we've made this into a 2-hour live stream, because they want it that way so nobody goes through it. See all the things. Okay. So go back to just the beginning portion. Listen to that. See where I flash stuff up on the screen. That's all you really gotta do. That's it. But we're gonna end this here so that people can't scream 6-hour live stream. If we continue with the trolls and the advertisers and all the bullshit and the 2x2s and the 40 owls in a raincoat, we're gonna have 6 hours and nobody will bother to go through. There are receipts here to show you that the Fields Road bullshit is just that. Monster no eye. Even had access to that property either at that point. All these other things. The times on those messages are very early in the morning. Yeah, look, it's just all there. And this is about Fields Road, the bullshit y'all been fed, breaking it down, keeping them from using it any further to feed you all more horse shit, more Bermuda Triangle shit, more garbage that you can then think falsely and possibly inundate services with, make the agents and law enforcement's jobs harder around summer, more shit to wade through, take time away from, etc., because of ludicrous shit these creators make you believe. It was time. So, I've told y'all. for years. And those, like, all these creators, and especially Fred and Ziggy, are responsible for a great portion and the biggest inset into, and Ryan mostly recently, with Fred and Ziggy, on the Fields Road garbage. Rinse repeat style, I'm putting it out once again. So it's all there. It's here. It breaks it. It's up to you all what to do with it. You call them out for that fucking narrative and the bullshit, and you don't help target. You don't become their spears. Their sharers and spreaders of bullshit. If you hold them accountable and you say, no, there are receipts out there showing these things are not true, and what you're trying to tell us tonight, or this evening this morning, is not true, with your narratives around X, Y, Z, this and and they've shown proof, and this and that it can't be, and logic and common sense say that certain things cannot be so, blah, blah, they will eventually stop with that. And that's one less thing to be out there muddying the waters in and around summer, and one less thing that people believe and calling other theories about. Also bullshit. So, yes, it is indeed Little's birthday here in just a few days. Her and Summer's are side by side. 4th and 5th. And I think her list is back there. Members for her B-Day. I don't remember if I made it public or not. I don't think I did. I didn't want her terrorized again with lists by Smiley or Benny or Annabella or any of the rest. So, and they do that often. Even monsters participated in that fuckery every year. So, anyway. And every time we post anything like that, they race them. So there's that. Is what it is, I guess. Terribly enough. I do hope others go out to Summer's birthday things at the churches and stuff, and remember her and carry her name forward until she's found and brought home to her community and her brothers. For the right reasons. Not to go to looky-loo, not to take pictures, not to get near people, not to get info, not for content, but for some. And because it is. Because she's here somewhere in this world. She needs to be found. And we don't know where she's at. What kind of birthday she'll actually have. She remembers what her birthday it is. Hold the line for her, guys. For all the right reasons. Keep her name out there for all the right reasons. Celebrate for her. Well, we don't know if she can celebrate for herself. but she should be able to. She absolutely should. I hope one day she gets to again. I hope that very much. I don't know, Tia. Why don't you go ask that question to Monster next time he's in Ziggy's? Yeah, why don't you talk to your crew of peeps? Ask them to ask him personally on something. How about Benny? I hear you into that shit. Hell, Lip Lock smokes. TM, all the rest. Hell, there's a whole bunch of creators you hang out with that smoke all kinds of substances and types of catnip and snort it too. Guzzle it down. Why don't you ask them where you can find some catnip, Tia? I don't know, he says he does. Doesn't he? Every live stream. I don't give a shit. Ask your crew. They should know. Maybe you should want to run the streets a bit. Not my problem. I mean, seriously. Is there a point to this? What is your goal here? What do you think's going to happen to you? Other than you being able to clip all this, make it content tonight, tomorrow, for 60 days in a row. How does this help Summer? Are you helping Summer? Are you helping Michael right now? Are you calling out the fuck shit that could ruin Michael's case right now? These tragedy pimps are doing with Wandra parading him around? Are you just over here to terrorize me? Are you doing anything useful in the world with your channel, Tia? Or are you just being like the rest? What sets you apart from the rest who have done this for years? Nice. Yeah, Tia. I'm trying to. I'm trying my goddamn best to. And I'm also trying to help millions of assholes around the world and good people around the world with real hearts who really care about survivors, victims, cases, etc. Not be fooled, led, fed by stupid motherfucking drama whores like you with their clip shit and their litter shit into harming real people in really fucked up situations. And I do it with my own face out here and my own name to you. Unlike you. I don't see you calling out anything that matters. Call out your buddies for what they're doing right now. Michael's fucking with it. Call out your buddies for what they're doing around Summers and have been. Hell, call out yourself for what you're doing around it. Because you ain't doing nothing but pumping out a bunch of garbage too, aimed at me like a million others before you. It's not helpful to Summer. It's drama. It's narratives. It's got people all fucked up and believing all the wrong things. And it's detrimental. Calling your buddies for the crimes they've committed, you can clearly see online. Anytime, day or night. That'll help. That'll help keep them away from Summer's case or from doing that to other people online ever again. Help report channels you see doing all that. Yeah, do anything else but whatever the fuck it is you're doing right now. Because you ain't helping nobody other than yourself. Nobody needs another clip channel to you. There are a million out here. Nobody needs another hate channel, drama channel. There are a million out here. I hope you got your content and your advertising. I hope it makes you extra income stream. Hope you feel better about whatever it is. I don't care. You're still an awful fucking human being. Hidden and cowardly, just like the rest. Anyway, guys, y'all do try to be better than Cat Shit and the others who have made their rounds tonight, trying to build up. Hell, go watch the same shit different day if you want to. I don't give a shit. Really don't. Really fucking don't. How many of y'all seen that have done the same thing in all these years? Ain't unique. Well, okay. This one says I look like I'm about to pew myself. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say. Wow. Alright. Anyway, we're not going to keep this going with the trolls tonight. They're goofy. Here, let me show you. You see how stupid this is in the middle of fucking chat? No reason. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with tonight. So anyway. Y'all. These people. Tell you what. Some of these motherfuckers need a nap tonight. That's what they need. Worse than anybody I've seen. Like, holy shit. They're grumpy or something. And hold on. Actually, while I'm here, just to piss them off, give them some more content. Let's see if I can do it. Can. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put it in chat, but I will unlock if I haven't. Little list in the community area. It'll be quite a few posts down now. Anyway, so, but I'd rather that, you know, you all take notice of her and celebrate for her until she can celebrate again herself. Okay? Go hang some flyers on the 4th and 5th. If you can, laminate them first. That'll make them less. Yeah, it couldn't be a threat of some variety from the troll. Oh dear. It could be, you can take it anyway. I don't know. Wait for it. They'll try to call the police swearing that's the case next. Hell, they've done that too before. Obviously, with the welfare check, all this other shit. Wasn't that what Penny did and Adrian Owen did before? Swore man I was a danger to himself. All that shit. Yeah. They've done it. It's been done. It's been done. Um, it's been done, man. So yeah. Wrong bitch, wrong world, man, don't break like that. No thanks. I didn't survive and still trying to survive monsters and cancers and all this shit. To go out in a way like that. Wrong bitch. Wrong bitch. So anyway, yeah. Um, alright guys. I'm gonna catch a movie here, go do things. I'm also gonna try to finish doing what I need to do to get everything together for certain other things. Blah 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 blah. All this, that, and the other. So don't feel good. I want to rest. I'm really gonna try to hard to just chill, rest, watch movies, do something, blah blah blah, and take a few minutes to do what I need to do, download things, uh, let them do as they need to do, try to ignore the streets, try being the operative word, and like I said, they've tried to make this shit last forever with their trolls, so just go back to our flash shit on screen before that. Pretty quick and easy. Alright. Anyway, they want all the shit lost in the middle like always. Don't let them do that to you. Alright. Anyway, to say, come across the real receipts and when they try to bring him with those bullshit. I've been on here enough today. I'll try to keep it that way for today, tonight, etc. Anyway, yes, I'm gonna try to mud pond blatantly. And the rest of you good peeps in here tonight, and even the washers. Yeah, I guess y'all are back there washing the bushes. the bush watchers with the good hearts. So I hope even you have a good night and evening. And man, I don't know where y'all are at right now with this storm. I know here it's crazy. The fog is intense. There's ice patches. There's flooding. Please, please be safe on these roads tonight. And I know these Ellie and EMTs and everybody else tonight that they are just probably exhausted already. You know. So yeah, y'all be safe out here. Yeah. Locally, it's bad, so be safe and careful. Hug those you love tightly. Always remember to tell those you love that you love them. Give them squishes, even if it's just a critter or stuffed animal, whatever, man. You know, throw some birdseed up your favorite birds. Do the things. Find the little joys in life. Seek out the Mr. Rogers here. Yeah. Throw out some good pebbles. Be a spark. Be a voice. Be real. Be a good human. And as always, please do share the domestic violence hand signal. Can does save lives. And as time moves forward, I mean, it can save lives in medical emergencies, those with disabilities, those with speech disabilities, like mom with cancer, but who, like I was supposed to be, were muted. I was supposed to be entirely muted, but luckily I was left with this one tone and a voice to still speak with that I was not supposed to have my work. And I'm ever grateful for this horrendous fucking voice to still be able to ring mightily some days. They can make fun of it, but I love it. But that hand signal can save those who have been muted, who are mute, who are choking, disabilities, those who have problems where, are nonverbal and autistic and other issues. They can save maybe or stop crimes like in the Idaho 4 maybe. Had she been able to tap a screen and do that hand signal instead of being afraid to make a noise or call 911. Though she should not be made to feel responsible that she could not, or that she hid in a closet. But I'm saying as tech especially meets up with call centers, the amount of good and the amount of lives that hand signal alone can save across all realms in emergencies is unreal. The amount of lives it can save, as each of you all share it, people are able to learn it, recognize it. People in need of help can simply tap a screen, make the hand signal. You all will know what they mean, and you can call law enforcement or meds or whatever they need to them in their address and location. That's how it saves lives. Until tech fully meets with call centers, it saves lives by being able to be used in public and recognized. Please share it. And people can tell you that DV around us or anything else, it doesn't matter. It's taken over summers, this there, blah, blah, overshadows. It doesn't. 110 and 125 both had raging domestic violence, and there are plenty of places around here or in the hollow or anywhere else that did. If you're right beside of you in your own cul-de-sacs, those beside of you at the water cooler at work, you don't know. You may not realize. It's around you everywhere, no matter what walk of life you're from, how rich you are, how safe your neighborhoods are, how anything. It's a worldwide problem. Not just a hollow or a hillbilly problem. It's everywhere. But domestic violence to play a role in Summer's life, my children's lives, still plays one. It matters. It's part of the change I would like to see be done. And for those to recognize, to save lives, save children, before it's too late. To make changes inside of courts and systems to help women and not lay further into their punishment coming forward. Scaring them. Helping their perpetrators before they help the women and children. Or others, or whoever's the victim, survivor. One day. And I hope it's not just done in our name, but millions of women and children's names. And most assuredly in Summer's name and her brother's. Change needs to come. And DV play a role in all of our lives. Still does in ours. Still is for the boys in ways. Right? Always will be. We'll live with these scars. Anyway, DV is part of the story of that road. Monsters. And all across this nation and world. It's part of the story. Reality. But as always, y'all, please do share Summer's picture information and call her by her name as well. And y'all know what I mean by information. I do not mean tragedy pimps, social media. I do not mean any of us either, because we are not shit. We are not the end all be alls of anything. All we can do is speak from our perspectives, what we know, what we're willing to give to the public. This and not all things are a thing. Not all things can be made a thing. Not all things will end up being part of the final puzzle. So therefore, I always suggest that you share information from local surrounding law enforcement, state law enforcement, TBI, FBI on Summer, her case, and those real and local or investigative journalists like Bobo, Ansley, the rest. Not the Ittens, the JLRs, and the Bullhorns. Damn it, y'all know how I feel about Inton and mine. And God, I just can't take anybody fist bumping Bullhorn seriously outside the Idaho before that's it for me. I'm out, you know? I mean, Lord, all you need to go is look at Rolling Stone's fucking piece on the bullshit. I think it's either way. The point is, no. Also, the helpful Q&A over on the Fed's website about Summer can keep a great deal many of you all from being misled. It keeps these creators from pumping out bullshit to you, misleading you, misguiding you, at least keeping it in bounds in some ways. And it helps Summer. If you have a hard time or cannot find it there, go look up the Rogers Review. Tap in search criteria of Jeff Bobo, Rogers Review, Summer Wells. Inside of his articles are embedded the links to take you directly to Summer's Q&A by the Feds, where they answer a great deal many questions. And give answers and all these things. And if the link somehow magically doesn't work for you or something, he also has copied and pasted the Q&A inside of Summer. Do keep that in mind. There are a great deal many of his interviews and things at Times News as well. From the very first days that are at least semi-uncontaminated by those like Salted Earth, who was writing and covering for them, and the PGs and the squalls and everybody else inserted pretty quickly. Bobo has some of the cleanest interviews. You'll find those on Times News, and believe quite a few of those on Hawkins News over here on YouTube. Small channels, but low views for some weird reason. You'll find quite a few news pieces that have very low views on them that everybody should see as well on those. About Summer and her case. I suggest everybody go check those things out. But those are the type of journalists and things you want to stick with and certain tools. Right. Anyway, y'all, please do share Summer's picture, information, call her by her name. It's a very tangible way to help her, help find her, bring her back to her community, her brothers, so she can tell her own story. So her brothers can, so law enforcement and courts can. It could also, wildly enough, help shake loose the person or persons responsible for whatever transpired June 15th, and by my thinking and view is still occurring because she's still yet to be found, and people are not in shackles or cells for life or death or whatever may come. So, that's just how I feel about it. Please be the good pebbles, sparks, and voices in the world. Alright? Y'all have a good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever y'all are. Much love. safety, happiness, and health to all of you.